Hi, I'm the Sittings Director at Women's Wear Daily. I also oversee all the market for men's, for Women's Wear Daily.
Thank you. And Joe.
Ooh, exciting. I'm Joe Z. I'm the editor-in-chief of Yahoo Style. It's a brand new lifestyle fashion site that we launched back in September.
Awesome, which is going phenomenally, we're hearing.
Very well. I mean, if you guys haven't seen it, don't do it right now, but go to your phone.
5 minutes.
And you can look on mobile and look at Yahoo Style, because it's actually a beautiful experience on the phone as well.
Absolutely. So what we're going to cover today is 5 of the trends that we're really seeing right now in women's wear. And what we really want to do is have an honest conversation. You know, sometimes things that are trends may not necessarily be the most easily adaptable or something that is for the masses, but it's really interesting to kind of take them in and be inspired by them and kind of understand how it applies into everyday fashion and style. So one of the first things we're going to talk about, which is a total 90s throwback, is the choker. So Alex, why don't we start with you? I would love to hear your opinion on the choker and where you see it fits into fashion right now.
I mean, the funny part is that I also wore the fake tattoo one. I mean, what was I thinking? Anyway, yeah, I mean, Joe and I know each other for years, and we have a lot of friends in common. One of them is Roxanne Robinson. I mentioned her. Everybody knows. She and I spoke about the choker trend before I left, and at Women's Wear Daily, we like to look what's behind a trend, or what was before the choker. So obviously before the choker was the statement necklace. We all know statement necklaces. You would go to J. Crew and Taylor, they would be everywhere. And what was really interesting about a statement necklace is you wear a t-shirt, a pair of jeans, and the outfit was this necklace. But when clothes change and become more elaborate, a statement necklace makes no sense. So next step, the choker. I mean, it doesn't mean that the choker is simple, because the choker can be very embellished at times, like we saw at the Givenchy show. They were very beautiful chokers. But that was a great one. But what everybody's going to remember, I think, is going to be the Chanel choker. That is more of a cuff. That we see here is the Eden choker as well, that is gold and black. What's interesting about it is a new take on the choker, and allows some space here in the front to play with other embellishments. But yeah, it's a total 90s. Sorry, Joe.
Joe, what's your stance?
Well, I think it's actually interesting that you said it's a 90s throwback, and it is.
Yeah.
And I actually started and, lived my entire career through the 90s. And I think, I was having this exact conversation with my editors yesterday in a meeting saying, oh, the 90s are back, the 90s are back. I'm like, I love it. You guys are 20-something. You did not work in the 90s. The 90s are a lot of different things, and you guys are young too. But it's not one thing. One thing doesn't define the 90s. So I said, we need to break it down to be like, what from the 90s are back? Like, is it grunge? Is it minimalism? Is it, what is it that we're talking about? But the interesting thing that when you say chokers, I was like, oh, it was that velvet ribbon with like the cameo.
Yes,
right?
Yes.
Who remembers that? See,
with like the one charm.
Drew Barrymore
or
all
a
the time.
Or a cameo or something. And like that was what the choker was back then. And there was like a slightly Victorian romantic quality about it. So to say that it's a 90s throwback, I think it's the idea of a choker, but it's so nowhere near that. And I think it's always an interesting thing with me with trends, because people always say like, oh, I'm just going to say that because it'll come back. When it comes back, it will never be that exactly. And I think that's really what's so interesting, that you can really play on trends. The choker for me today is a lot tougher. It's a lot more, like I think you were saying the cuff at Chanel, but I think when you look at Balmain, it's like a hardcore metal plate almost, and it's like very Kim Kardashian. And then you've got, even Dior, and you've got all of these things that start to become a lot stronger. Like Alexander Wang, literally a few days ago on his runway, just did a hardcore, almost like a tribal choker that was all studded. Nothing is romantic. There is no velvet ribbon. There are no cameos anymore. Now it's like Mad Max, a little bit fierce, a lot Kim K and Kanye. Like that kind of idea where like is so sexy, but in a very tough way.
Also, you want to be friends with that girl, because she doesn't go out during the daytime. You always want to be friends with girls that only go out at night.
It's just also,
right?
yes.
And they want to kick your ass.
Yeah, and
you're like,
good.
whoa, right? Love it. No, that was, I
like an ass-kicking
amazing.
girl, yeah. No, but it's just a good evolution, I think you were saying, from a statement necklace. And we talk about that all the time. And I'm just getting sick of it. So it's just like nice to see what that next thing is. And statement necklaces were never structured. And I think seeing this particular trend as a structured accessory is really refreshing.